So here's Kit in my garage, and I don't think he's going to be coming out too much over the next 6 months. So the next job we have on the list is going to be the internal electrics. So this is going to be a case of running all the new wires inside. So at the back, if we look through the rear hatch, there's going to be a big leisure battery at the back there. So we're going to have to run wires from the leisure battery all the way down to the front. We're going to have new speakers, so that means having new wires there. And then we're going to have to pull all of this all of the dash all of this dash out here, and we've got to look underneath. So all the new stereo system, that's the current one, that's the heater panel there, and the stereo is just at the back there. So we've got to run wires basically everywhere inside. And not only that, but we're going to have to just check over everything and maybe replace some of the lives, some of the earths, and just check to make sure everything is good, everything is safe. We're going to have a fuse box at the front there. So this is what we're going to do now. I would say over the next probably 5 or 6 weeks, because this is quite a big part of the project, of the build. And this is something that I didn't really get a good chance to do with my last build, with my last kit, because a lot of the internal wiring was kind of already done, but I didn't really have the time to then chase all the wires and redo everything. So this time, as I said before, I'm going to do things, I'm going to be a bit more thorough and just run everything myself. Well, I'm going to get help of a friend of mine and run new wires everywhere and fuse everything, so that if we do have any issues, if any fuses were to blow, we can chase back, and we know exactly what the problem is and what has blown. So yeah, nice rear hatch at the back here, the clear glass. One of the other jobs I've got to do is, you'll see in there, is the struts, the rear struts. Now they're currently too strong, so I've now got some new ones on order. Once they come, I can then use the new struts to hold the rear hatch up, so I can then put the spoiler, which is over there, on the rear hatch. So that'll be another job I need to do, but I can't do that until I get the new rear struts, because lifting this up, believe it or not, and back down again is a bit of a job. It is so damn heavy. So I'm going to leave it until we get the struts, so it'll just be a lot easier to work on. Another job we need to do is, I need to take off the door panels. Yeah, all these. Obviously being grey, they're obviously not screen accurate, so they've got to come off. And not only that, I would take them off anyway, because when I spray the car, I obviously don't want these on. So all of this will come off. I'm probably going to have to change this window as well, because if you look on here, there's a little bit of a crack on the window. There you go. You see there, look. So that isn't good, is it? There you go. If you can just, there you go, you can see it. So I'm going to have to change this window, which is going to be a bit of a bugger. But I'm pretty confident that I can get hold of one. I've got a few places to try, so I'm going to get a new one of them. So that is where we are at the moment. So the next video that I'm going to upload, the next proper update of kit, will more than likely be when I've done the rear hatch and I've maybe taken the panels off and I've done some of the wiring inside. So hopefully that will be the next one that I do. That will be when I'm ready for the next video. So it's coming along, you know, we are getting there slowly. A lot of work, as I've said. Here's just like a little bit of a list I've got. God knows where I am now. I don't know. It's just all a bit, I sometimes get a little bit overwhelmed because I've got so much stuff to do, you know, but you just have to do it bit by bit, step by step. And I've got some new Night Rider goodies coming soon as well. I will make a video about them, some new Night Rider parts. So that is very, very cool stuff. Yeah, every time I look at the engine bay, it makes me want to just spray the entire car because it's so nice under there. Look at that. It's so nice and clean. But all in good time, we will get there. Oh, and also I've got a turbo hood coming as well. A turbo bonnet or turbo hood. So that's going to be coming pretty soon. So all of that will obviously be sprayed black as well. So yeah, I mean, I could go on for hours and talk about these cars because there's so much stuff to sort of learn on these when you build them. The rear blackout as well, I've got that to do. But the outside of the car is pretty much there. I'm sure you'd agree. I mean, I've got 15-inch wheels, even though they are just the caps. You know, they look pretty good. The tyres are good. You know, I've got my clear glass rear hatch. You know, I've got my seats. I've got my seats that I'm going to be changing soon as well. I've got my turbo hood coming. The only thing the car isn't is a T-top. Now, let me know in the comments if this would bother you if you actually built one of these cars, because I've spoke to a lot of people, and a lot of people have said, you know, Paul, don't bother changing it to a T-top. It'll be too much work and it's just not worth it. Keep it as a hard top. Now, I seriously did think about changing it to a T-top. I've kind of gone through, I don't know, initially I was like, no, I'm going to keep it a T-top. And then I said to myself, no, I'm going to change it. I'll keep it a hard top. And then I said to myself, no, I'm going to change it to a T-top because that will be screen accurate. Now, you could argue that some of the episodes he did actually have a hard top. So you could say that this is still screen accurate, you know, but I'm going to have to leave it as a hard top because not only will it cost me about £3,000 extra, £2,500–3,000 extra to do the roof, I might then have more issues. You know, I could then open lots more issues, lots more problems. Yeah, I could open a can of worms because when you change these to a T-top, you have to cut them down there somewhere and cut them across there. I believe the weld is across there somewhere. So when you cut them, you have to then re-weld them there, and it isn't just a case of like re-welding them. There's lots to do. You know, it really does need to be a proper job, and obviously that means time and that means money. So I'm gonna keep it a hard top. So let me know in the comments what you would do if you had my car. You know, would you change it to a T-top? Bear in mind, the cost is just crazy. It would cost me about £2,500 in labour, I reckon. And that's not including buying the T-tops and the actual T-bar roof section. I can get hold of one. I've got one if I want one, but I'm not going to do it. It's just not worth it. This is already going to cost me enough money. And a hard top might just be quite nice because I know it's not going to leak, you know. Not only that, but one of the reasons is because my last car was a T-top, and I only ever took the roof off once, you know. So, you know, looking back, I really am not going to get much use out of the T-bar. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a like if you like the video, and make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and you can stay up to date with more videos on our kit project. So it's coming along very nicely. Lots more stuff coming up. This is just like a little in-betweeny update video showing you what's what and what we're currently working on right now. So yeah, just the internal electronics, rear hatch, maybe the door panels, and some other sort of bits and pieces as we go, and the rear spoiler. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.